All right, back with another one. The controversy just keeps coming.
Standard by which society should be measured by, and they celebrate these so-called patriarchal figures, like, and they hold up these examples, like these fictitious examples. I mean, it doesn't occur to them that they're fucking fictitious. They didn't exist. They're figments of some Hollywood producer's imagination, like Lord Cleaver from Leave It to Beaver and Don Draper from Mad Men, and they're like, oh yeah, those were real men. No, they weren't. Okay, when you actually, I mean, did you not watch? Did you not actually see the show Mad Men? Did you not actually watch that? Even Leave It to Beaver. Ironically, I know exactly the date that Leave It to Beaver premiered on. It was October 4th, 1957. Why do I know that? Because that's the same day that the Soviets launched Sputnik. So already by the 1950s, America's priorities were shifting, okay? Americans were sitting down to watch Leave It to Beaver while the Soviets were putting a satellite into orbit. So kind of different priorities. And I think I think maybe it was Khrushchev, made the joke that Americans make better cars with, you know how they had that shape with the fins on the back, like that was the classic 50s car look. They had the fins, like the space age look with the fins. And I think it was some Soviet premier, maybe Khrushchev, and he said something like, Americans make better cars with fins, but Soviets make better space space probes or something like that, you know. And he was joking, like, you know, difference in priorities. The Soviets didn't have the luxury consumer goods, but they were the first to accomplish these, you know, actually meaningful feats, these scientific accomplishments. So I don't know why people celebrate the 50s. I mean, that's really when shit was already going wrong. When you look at, yeah, I mean, people talk about, oh, how bad television is nowadays. Yeah, well, it was already bad by the 50s. You already had asinine sitcoms like I Love Lucy, Leave It to Beaver, The Honeymooners. Okay? I mean, you're talking almost 75 years ago. Okay, that's how long ago we're talking. And it wasn't like, it wasn't this idyllic time that people make it out to be. Okay, the rot was already setting in. Okay, what was I Love Lucy about? It was a sitcom about a mixed race. Okay, that's what they were, a mixed race couple. Ricky Ricardo from Cuba. Okay, he may have been a white Hispanic, but he was still a Latino. He was still Hispanic, and that was the joke, that he would start mumbling or frantically yelling at Lucy when she misbehaved, and he would start yelling in Spanish real quickly, and so it was a mixed race couple who even had a little mixed race niglet, a mixed race, whatever you want to call it, half niglet, half Latino niglet, half bean.
Well, I didn't want that word to be in there.
Baby, whatever you want to call it. So that's 70 fucking years ago. And what was the whole premise? It was that Lucy was never listening to her husband, right? She was always going behind his back, doing some stupid shit, not listening to him, always getting into trouble. And what was the Ethel Mertz and Fred Mertz, right? What was the dynamic in that relationship? It was one of Ethel always belittling the old man, always belittling her husband, right? So I don't know why people hold up the 50s as something that was so great. Okay, even fucking Leave It to Beaver. 2 children.
Whoa. Women belittling their husbands. What are you talking about? Men and women need to love each other. They all do. Just all these incels around the world and TFLs and all this stuff. It's bullshit, bro. What are you talking about? Women don't belittle their husbands. Like, what are you talking about? Here you go with your quote unquote theories. Okay. Maybe there are some women who belittle their husbands and doesn't respect him after maybe around a year into marriage, and it's not, once the honeymoon phase is over, and then it's a loveless marriage, a loveless relationship, and she goes behind his back and she's messing around with other dudes who aren't looking for a relationship. But no, I mean, you don't. But then again, I mean, yeah, especially these days. But I mean, hey, why? I mean, even if it's that bad, even if that's what's going on, why would you reject marriage? Why? Oh, but you don't want to be you don't want to be a bachelor. You don't want to say, stay away from Miko. Stay away from me because single men. Yeah, you don't want to keep your wives away from me. Of course, if I'm having sex with your wife, and it's going to be consensual. So, yeah. But yeah, keep me away from your wife, folks. Men, be on guard. It's bad enough she's belittling you, the faithful married man. And things were going so well before you married her, but yeah. But hey, I mean, don't be, sex outside of marriage, that's sinful. You don't want to do it, especially if you're protecting yourself. That's still, you don't want to do it. It's not of God. Just don't. Okay, take the loveless marriage, be belittled, be unappreciated, Oh, shit. Oh, damn, here I go. Here I go with these theories again. Here I go. You too, Alex, here you go. But your theories about women disrespecting their husbands, this is all theories you're making up.
Children, Wally and Beaver.
Mm-hmm.
That's not even replacement level.
Yeah.
Okay? That's not even at replacement level. 2 children. And as for Don Draper or Mad Men, you think a bunch of men sitting around deciding on advertisements for Bush's baked beans and Heinz ketchup, you think that's masculine? You think that makes sense? You think that's something to aspire to? As a heterosexual male, you're going to sit around deciding on commercials and advertisements for consumer products like suitcases and ketchup. No, that sounds pretty faggy to me, actually. That sounds super faggy. Okay, you sit around a table and you talk about commercials and advertisements for soap. That sounds pretty fucking gay. Okay, I don't know why you think these are examples of masculinity or something. A bunch of...
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, what do you got against fags, bruh? What do you got against fags? What do you got against gay men? I mean, somebody claimed that, look what straight men do. They doing all this horrible shit. All the heterosexual men they're all toxic. I mean, hey, heterosexual men are pretty much like Nazis and shit. They're all fucked up. They're all evil. They're all abusive. They're all like Ike Turner, So I don't know what you got against gays. I mean, gays aren't the problem.
Fags sitting around a table about how to sell shit products. I don't know why that's the litmus test for. I mean, compared to people nowadays, I mean, it's bizarre. And if you actually watch the show, and the fun of how old he is, making fun of how fat he is, oh, that's funny.
Ooh, what you mean? Hold on.
Graded school, so I don't know. I mean, the 50s, the rot had already set in. I mean, you're tuning in 1957, 1954. Watch I Love Lucy. Oh, it's so funny that woman, she's going behind her husband's back. She's, Ethel Mertz belittling Fred. Oh, making fun of how old he is, making fun of how fat he is. Oh, that's funny. That's 70 fucking years ago. And then you wonder, like, you see, everybody talks about the misandry that's demonstrated in today's television and movie.
Whoa, well, yeah, well, if men weren't so toxic, geez, that's the problem. Men are so toxic, you know? They don't want to just play their role, just be belittled, you know what I mean? Just be belittled by their wives. They want to take the easy route and just not marry and not be deal with that. Because they want true love instead. They want true love. They don't want, it's not enough that women are talking about all saying that they all believe in it and all practice it. No, they actually want true love. That's their problem. Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. It was happening 70 years ago. Watch an episode of I Love Lucy. That was its foundation. That was what it did every fucking episode. It was Lucy and Ethel getting into trouble, disobeying their husbands, belittling their husbands, making fun of their husbands, etc. I mean, that is the core premise of every episode of I Love Lucy. That's from 70 years ago. And what about I didn't really watch The Honeymooner, so I can't comment on that. But it's the same. It was a sitcom, okay? The sitcom from 70 years ago, okay? Different priorities, okay? By the 50s, America was already fueled by just being everybody's got to be a consumer. You got to get the new car with the new tail fins, okay? Because that's what matters, right? You got to have a car with fins on it. It's no different, okay? So
Yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, that sounds great. That's what wives are doing. That sounds great. Belittling their husbands that they married in the first fucking place. I mean, that sounds great. I mean, that sounds awesome. I don't know what this guy is complaining about. I mean, I don't see what the big deal is. I mean, she's married. She's a married woman. She's with her husband. You know, she doesn't love him truly, but I mean, unconditionally, and respects him. But I mean, they're together. You know, they're not lonely. So, you know, she's being I mean, what do you have against tradition, Alex? It's traditional. What do you have against that? Like, why are you hating on tradition, bruh? Are you advocating sinning? Oh, are you having sex outside of marriage? Are you against God's laws? Sounds like it. Sounds like you hate God, Alex.
Years ago, you wanted a car with fins. Now people want a car with a little BMW logo on it, or they want an Audi car with 4 little interlinked circles. You know, fucking don't talk to me now. Don't talk to me. I worked all day.
Oh, he's about to explain how great marriage is. I mean, I don't see why he's hating on it. I mean, I don't know why he's making up these theories like I was doing. I was making up theories.
Cleaver and Don Draper. Oh, they brought home the bacon. I don't understand why you think that's the measure of a man. Okay, these people were not...
That's his job, to bring home the fucking bacon. That's his job. That's all he's supposed to do as a man. He's not supposed to be appreciated and rewarded for it. I mean, yeah, he's single. He's going to get everything he wants. He's going to be loved and missed. Called every fucking day and every fucking night as a single man. But when he's married...
They're not... The whole message, if you watch, which I did at some point, I watched Mad Men, was that the guy was a real piece of shit. He was an alcoholic. He didn't even... He spent no time with his children. I think he had, a son and daughter, and then did he have a third child or something? I don't know. but it was like he didn't know what his own children were doing. Like one had to go away for discipline problems or something, and then she nobody knows where the kids are. She leaves the
awesome.
disciplinary school probably to get drugged and raped in New York City. The fucker doesn't even know where his own children are at. So he provides materially for them. Big fucking deal.
Yeah, there's plenty of that happens. Yeah, it sounds awesome. Not.
This idea that all you have to do is bring home the bacon and that's your sole responsibility. It's like, I don't want to fucking, don't talk to me now. Don't talk to me. I worked all day providing for you little fuckers. The last thing I want to do is actually see my own children when I come home. That's not the right.
That sounds like the fatherless home. Fatherless home that I've been talking about. The homes with no father. Well, he might as well not be there. I mean,
right mindset. Okay, that's. If I'm not saying, everybody should provide for their own. If you can't feed them, don't breed them. No, I think big government is good. I think subsidizing things is good. It's just, It's a matter of who you're subsidizing. This idea, I have my pride, I can't accept a government handout. Well, why the fuck not? Okay, that's what Germany did. It gave incentives for the right people to have large families, as opposed to here in the United States where they incentivize the wrong people.
Oh, yeah. Why take a handout when you can just work like today's world? Just work 2 jobs, still can't pay no bills. I mean, that's better.
To be breeding. The least intelligent and least capable people are the ones being encouraged to breed. Okay, what was wrong with the model that National Socialist Germany had? That they were given incentives to have large families. Okay, that makes sense to me. These people who have Andrew Smith's dick in their mouth about, you got to pay for your own kids. You got to pay for your own kids. You think it's I don't get where you derive this sense of pride from sitting in an office with your little suitcase like it's 1958 and I have a real job. I decide what ad for baked beans gets put in the newspapers. Like, that's a fucking joke job. Okay, that's a ridiculous fag job. Okay, unless like you were working on putting a satellite into orbit, you're just mixed race couple. Every sitcom belittles the man. It's the oofy doofy, husband can't do anything right attitude. Yes, but it started 70 years ago in the 50s, okay? Every single fucking episode of I Love Lucy was the...
Well, yeah, I mean, it's called tradition. It's called tradition.
Women doing something crafty, something sneaky behind...
That's what a man is supposed to do. He's supposed to be a trad cuck.
Their husband's back. They thought they knew better.
Yeah.
They got into trouble, then they had to be bailed out. I mean, I guess that's the exception, that she had to go running to Ricky to help solve her problem. But, I mean, it's this idea that
she was getting help.
Working all day in an office. Like, again, Ricky Ricardo, he managed a nightclub. I mean, none of this is masculine, okay? These are all fag activities, okay? You run a... What was it called?
Okay, so traditional men who are married, so they're fags. Okay. I mean, if you say so. I mean, okay. So you're either a cuck, a married cuck, or you're a faggot. Wow. Damn, we are really between a rock and a hard place here.
The Tropicana, like fucking orange juice, the Tropicana, that was the nightclub. The smooth nigga jazz they'd be listening to at the Tropicana.
Yeah, I mean, why are you hating? Smooth jazz, WJZ 106.1.
Smooth nigga jazz. Nightclub owner, nightclub proprietor. I mean, when you say that shit nowadays, what comes to mind is some...
I mean, this guy don't understand, man. Here he goes with his theories, man. Here he goes with his theories. Another toxic man online doing all types of fucked up shit, and women aren't doing anything wrong. You know, because I mean, I don't see how a woman could do anything wrong. They never call out anything bad. At least not on as far as females, but they never, you know, men have to keep coming to their comment sections, bringing things up. But yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, bro. I mean, yeah, you sit in your car with your wife. She nags you because you're not being man enough. You're not spoiling her enough. While you got a headache after working 16 hours, so you're in the car for her, driving, tired, and listen to that smooth jazz. You know, I mean, you're missing out here. You're the one missing out. Like I'm all the way for that.
AIDS ag who's spinning records like a DJ. Oh, he's a nightclub promoter, man. Oh, you're a creative. You're a creative type at a ad agency. Oh, okay. So you tell people what products to buy because the product can't stand Drew Carey glasses, and then he takes his shirt off and he's so ripped. Oh, the girls love it, and they all want to have a photo taken with him. And that's what they have like on Chateau Artiste. It's put all of these like Chinese girls posing for photos with
wow. What else does this guy say? I mean, he really sounds
like with their shirts off.
He sounds toxic. He sounds like he's against the traditional way. Wow. I mean, wow. I mean, look at this stuff. I mean,
where they cover a news story of a girl like in England, like Rotterdam, that these stupid white men, which is what they are, that when maybe it's not a good thing for you to be broadcast.
See, here he goes. This is a white man, and he thinks his own race of men is stupid. Once again, here we go with these negative men calling out other men's problems, because that's, you know, this is what's wrong with men. See, women don't do this. Women don't call out bad female behavior. You're not supposed to do that. That's your problem. You need to be traditional.
Whole world, how scantily clad and physically attractive women in this country are. You know, maybe that's not such a good idea to be broadcasting to the whole fucking world. You know, your women are basically like sex addicts. They're scantily clad. I mean, that kind of, you know, gives the wrong impression to the rest of the world. And then you have all the migrants and refugees, all the males who come here, and they basically view the women here as objects or sluts to be raped. And well, it's kind of, well, that's the message they've been given through all of the media. Moreover, the men in these other countries, their women are covered up in hefty bags. Their women are wearing a carpet. Their women are wearing a fucking tarp. And no man ever wants to go to Egypt, Saudi.
Well, you see what's wrong with those countries? See, we got it right. Women should be online flashing their tits and looking like they're on crack, and, you know, they're supposed to be online flirting with other men all the time and blah, blah, blah. Because, I mean, what are relationships? What are marriages?
Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, for the women. Okay, notice that. No man ever said, I want to go on a sex tourism spree to Egypt or Iraq or Iran.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go there either. Who wants to see a woman in a fucking hefty bag? Dude, you got to be traditional, like us, like America, like the whore of Babylon.
Or Saudi Arabia. It's never happened. But interestingly, do you know what one of the most popular stores in these Arab countries happens to be? Victoria's Secret. And because these women dress very conservatively or modestly in public, doesn't mean that's how they dress at home. At home, to sort of compensate, they buy a lot of fucking lingerie. So yes, in these Arab countries, you will see burqas going into Victoria's Secret in the shopping malls, the air-conditioned shopping malls in Kuwait and United Arab Emirates, and they'll be buying bags and bags
This guy
from
got it all wrong.
Victoria's Secret. Okay, and again, it's like the complete opposite of what we have here in the West, where the women dress provocatively for everyone. For everyone, they go out to the grocery store.
Yeah, everyone but their boyfriends or husbands. Wow. Yeah, I mean, okay, you just don't understand. I mean, they have to do that. They're quote unquote lonely.
They go out for a jog, and their big booties are jiggling, showing off as much skin as possible. Got to wear the sports bra and the extra small shorts. Got to show off as much skin to as many strange men as possible. But then, when they're actually in a relationship with a man, it's very. They don't want to put in any effort. They don't want to put in any work. It's don't touch me, I've got a headache tonight. Or they'll be slopping around in some sweatpants, they'll be slopping around in some pajamas. They don't feel any need to dress up for their boyfriend or their husband. They'll just dress very sloppily. They'll dress like a slob. But boy, when they go out and
Yeah, I mean, it's only their husband. I mean, he's just a husband. So what? Like, well, how other strangers feel about her is more important. Like, you don't see this. It's just things you don't understand. Like, women need validation. That's what the Western women need. They need that validation. And a husband who has given his whole life to her, his whole life is only about her. He does not deserve that because he married her, so there's no more mystique to him. So, yeah. You got a lot to learn, pal.
Public, they want all eyes on them. They'll wear as little in the way of clothes as possible. And then, like I said, it's the opposite when they're at home, when they're with their husband, when they're with their boyfriend. They're not dressing in a sexy manner, in a provocative manner. They're dressing in they're just like slopping around in whatever, very unattractive sweatpants, whatever. Isn't that interesting? They put more effort into looking attractive for strange men than they do for their own men. That's weird, isn't it? Isn't that weird?
That's weird. How is it weird? It's American culture. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't know why these guys keep going on these women's channels, this certain women's channels, saying that you never talk about female issues, and she don't talk about no female issues, and how men don't even have a sexual market or nothing. And they're just there to bring home the bacon and spoil and provide. I mean, isn't that what we're supposed to be doing? I mean, you don't want to be making up theories like I did, like I did earlier, making up theories. That's you wouldn't this is how things are supposed to be.
But these people, they make me laugh, thinking like, oh, getting rid of the swimsuit competition, that's such a concession to feminism, that's so bad. It's like, what does it matter to you? You're some old fat man who's watching the television. Okay, you got like a calendar from 1984 of some pinup girls on cars in your garage. Okay, you're never gonna touch one of those women. Okay, so what the fuck does it matter to you? You know what I mean? It's like, it's not realistic. Okay, you seeing an attractive woman on television, she was never going to be with you. Okay, you were never going to date her or anything. All you're doing, like I said, is advertising and broadcasting to the whole world that this is the land of free and easy women, and all the men should come here. All the men should just flock here.
Yeah.
And like I said, you never see that happening in other countries. Other countries are not sending representatives to compete in these pageants. Only in America are white men eagerly trying to prostitute their Own daughters. I mean, that's what it comes down to. I mean, it's not just the America contest, it's cheerleaders, cheerleading. Do you really want your daughter at 12, 13, 14, 15 years of age being a cheerleader? Really?
It's America, yeah, yeah. You should want your daughters to be cheerleaders. Yes, you should want them doing the splits and jumping in the air with mini skirts, so you can see their cleavage. Yeah, it's tradition to be a cheerleader. That's what it's all about. I can't say that. I mean, it would be politically incorrect for me to say that women don't value their husbands or men, or don't value men truly in this country, and and are pretty much prostitutes. So I gotta say, okay, well, I can't say that. So I'll just say this. Let me put it in a politically correct manner. They're indirectly prostitutes, because married in the state, that's it's legal prostitution. So therefore, it's legal, so it's better. It's the same thing, but and of course, a woman can do whatever she wants and never gets called out for it. And the man, he's all bad. He's bad. Whatever he does is he's evil. Oh, he cheated. He's evil. You know. But hey, see, you got to look at things in a different way.
Do you want that? You want her dressed? I mean, isn't that one of the top pornography roles, or one of the top sex fantasies, as a cheerleader?
I mean, yeah, but it's not prostitution. It's just flashing your cooch in front of men in high school. The strange boys, strangers in high school. Yeah. I mean, okay. Big deal.
You want her dressed like that? Oh, cheering on the Negro athlete.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of my little schnookums. I'm so proud of my daughter. She's made varsity. She's made varsity. I mean, this is just sick. This is stupid. Okay, you're proud of life.
Well, like Trump says, well, if you don't like it here in America, then leave the country. He's here to build a wall. If you don't like it, this is how things are. If you don't like it here, as a conservative, well, if a black man such as myself doesn't like it, well, take your black ass back to Africa. It is what it is, Take your theories there. Toodles.